5:15. Well, it seems the voting rights of prisoners is back on the political agenda, with the Greens launching a private members' bill to overturn the current ban. You remember this one. The Supreme Court eventually weighed in, sending a message to Parliament that the ban on prisoner voting is indefensible, as it limits individual rights without reasonable justification. Well, human rights lawyer Richard Francois has been at the forefront of this case and joins me now. Good morning to you, Richard.
Good morning, Kate.
You're leading this legal fight, taking a case to the UN. If the United Nations rules in your favour, where does that leave the government?
Well, the government must explain its position in terms of violating the rights of the prisoners to vote. It is clearly a breach of a number of rights under the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, which the United Nations monitors and enforces. So they give the government an amount of time to respond to their preliminary report, which will be quite damaging. And based on the report, they then take matters from there, which will include enforcement measures up to and including expulsion from the General Assembly, which of course is something the government would like to avoid.
Andrew Little has said publicly that he doesn't support the voting ban, but that overturning it isn't a political priority. Is that not a tad hypocritical?
Yeah, I think that that's a problem for the government to just basically sit down and do nothing about it, and say that it's not really a priority, particularly when they voted against it in 2010. All of the coalition parties did not support the act back then, and they led the campaign to prevent it from getting passed in Parliament. And now they're saying, well, you know, it's not really a priority, which actually makes them now the human rights violator. They're perpetuating the right to the breaches of so many rights under the ICCPR and New Zealand Bill of Rights.
Richard, appreciate your time very much this morning. Thank you for joining us. Richard Francois, who is the human rights lawyer. He's the human rights lawyer who represented Arthur Taylor and other prisoners on this issue. And in terms of, you know, how much the public should care about it, I guess, because a lot of people will say prisoners don't deserve the right to vote. And in terms of prisoners' rights, did you see the story